Hi there, spooky friends, and welcome to a story time that has been long coming. I feel like it's been a while since we had a story time.
Woo!
I'm Robin.
I had no idea where to put that. Hello.
Obviously, and yeah, we're here with some story time, and it's our first story time that we're doing live in months,
And in our new place.
and in our new place,
in the new year, which isn't that new because it's like February 10th right now.
yeah, everything back here is all new, all.
Well, it's stuff that you've seen before. It's from our other place. It's just in a new spot now.
Yeah, but
So.
look, I can see all my cables. It is nasty.
Yeah,
Don't-
not good cable management back there,
bad
Robin.
cable.
Not
Actually,
gonna lie.
it's not.
I'm gonna scooch to try and center myself
It's
to
not
cover that
bad.
up.
All right, nice.
So, anyways, yeah. So this is a story time episode, and on story time episodes, we read what are called homegrown horrors. Robin, why don't you tell the folks what a homegrown horror is?
So, homegrown horrors are stories that you folks have shared with us, and I can't believe that people have been sharing it with us for so long, so many episodes, and we get to share them with the rest of our spooky friends. And they're stories that have covered so many different types of stories that we've had. Paranormal, supernatural, we've had spiritual things, funny coincidental things that we've been sent to us, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah, true crime, extraterrestrial sometimes. So if you folks have a story like that and you're like, gosh, I'd like them to read my story, you can email storytime@scaryish.com. That's our email address. Go to our website, scaryish.com, which will be updated in the following weeks, which is in desperate need of renovation. But yeah, you can go there and fill out a form at the contact us page, and it'll come directly to us, or hit us up on our social medias. Twitter is @ScarishPod. Instagram is @ScarishPodcast, and Facebook is facebook.com/ScarishPodcast. I would like to mention we didn't have a topic episode this week because I am still sick. So if you think like Adam sounds a little bit off, it's because my nostrils are completely stuffed. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. But yeah, last night Robin came home and she's like, "Are you sure you want to record tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's just do it. Like, let's just start researching and see where it goes." She's like, "You sound like shit." And I was like, all right, well, like, let's just try. And then I came in the office and I was like sitting here and just feeling awful. And like, we already have some research done. So I was like, it's not going to be a long research and then we can record. And I was just sitting here like, I can't. No, I'm not going to do this. Like, let's just do a story time this week. We are already planning on doing it anyways. I think that's a good thing. So yeah, that's what we did. So we hope you guys enjoy this. We're going to be reading 4 homegrown horrors. And do you want to go first or should I?
You can go first because I have no idea what story I'm going to be reading.
All right. Also, this is the first time in a long time we didn't send these to be proofread by Spooky Mom. So I proofread one of them. That one Robin will have to read because I already know what's going to happen. And the other 3 are very well formatted, and I checked to make sure that we had permission to read them, but I did not actually proofread them. So there'll be some editing if you're listening to this after the fact, and if you're watching this live, we might have to stop a bit more than usual. Also, we're pretty out of practice. We haven't done this in a few months.
Yeah,
So
it's been a while.
It's been a while. But we're going to get into this first one.
I have knots in my hair.
And this first one is from Haley. And its subject is Read on the Pod. Which is nice because then I know I can read this one on the pod without having to do too much digging or any at all. And it starts out like this. Hey there, Adam and Robin.
Hey there. I was going to say Adam. I'm Robin.
Hey
That's
there.
Adam.
And Spooky Mom and Spooky Friends. So everyone out there has to say hey there as awkwardly as Robin just did.
Yeah.
And then the next line literally says, everyone yell hi, so I'm not the only one who does it. It's been a while since I've written in, but I had something pretty bananas happen recently, and I figured you both and the Spooky Friends would enjoy the story. It's a little more along the lines of true crime rather than paranormal this time, so I'm leaving out some details, just in case. Basically, I think I stayed in a cult leader's home. My husband is a delightful angel person and surprised me with a trip for our first anniversary. We went to go meet an author I love and got a great deal on an Airbnb.
I think that's really cool. But that the trip or the gift was like, I really like this author. Let's go, actually meet them. That's so cool.
That's super cool. Since we didn't plan on staying much at the actual place, we got a room in a house. Don't worry, my first order of business was to check the reviews, and everyone raved about how sweet the woman who... excuse me. Sorry, that's such a gross noise. I'll try and not do that anymore. Everyone raved about how sweet the woman was who rented the rooms and how people would stay there for weeks at a time because of how quiet and accommodating she is. We got to the house and found that the family was not there, so we were let in by one of the other tenants and got settled. We noticed pretty quickly that the house was absolutely covered in religious art and decor. We're from the South, so it wasn't at all odd to us. What was odd was that there was a brochure for a church in our room.
Oh, okay. The church wasn't in their room. The brochure was in there.
The brochure was in their room.
Okay.
What was more odd was that when we looked at it, the people who own and run the church were our hosts. The brochure talked about helping people do mission work and expand their financial capabilities within the church, which seemed odd, but hey, to each their own. We Googled the name of the people, and oh my god, the reviews. People calling the man a prophet, saying that they had never seen someone speak through the Lord like this man, tent revivals, etc. So we were very uncomfortable when we went to sleep. The owners of the home had returned sometime during the night, and when we went downstairs in the morning to get water and get ready, we met them. The wife was very kind, husband was kind of odd, but we figured maybe we were biased because of the reading material left in our room. It looked like they had just come back from an event because there were totes of t-shirts and books all over the house.
Ah, yeah. Sounds like they were the ones running everything.
What will be funny, what will be super funny is if they're like, oh my god, like it's so nice to meet you. I see you're getting some refreshments. Would you guys like some Kool-Aid? And they just hand you like a red Solo cup filled to the brim. Anyways.
No.
We were back upstairs, almost ready to go out for the day, when my husband said, come here, you need to see this. I was packing a bag and I said I'd be right there. He said, no, you're messing with a plastic bag and this is time sensitive. Come here. We're pausing this entire story because I cannot emphasize how much I empathize with this man. Because there are so many times where I say, hey, look at this, or hey, check this out. And Robin refuses to look. No matter what she's doing, it's more important than listening to me. I can fuck off and wait. And then like time goes by and whatever I was trying to show her has either gone away or reset or disappeared forever. And I tell her, like, you fucking missed it. Like, sometimes the dog is doing the cutest things. Like, she's standing up and speaking in full English. And I'm like, Robin, look. No, she refuses to do it. She just won't look. So I am so happy to hear that someone said, no, what you're doing doesn't need to be done right now. And I've asked you to come here and it's time sensitive. Like, this just makes my heart explode with joy. All right, let's see what he was looking at, though. So I go to where he's standing, looked over the railing into the living room, and saw a suitcase full of bags of coffee. My husband said, do you remember that show we watched about drug smuggling happening out of Latin America countries in coffee bags? Yes. Yes, I do. Didn't their brochure say they do missions out of Honduras? Yup.
So those coffee bags had drugs in them?
That's what they're assuming. You can't just assume they're correct in this. I'm just going to say, I mean, they were in Honduras where they have coffee. On the way out for the day, we theorized that maybe they were just obsessed with coffee, which would mean that it's in-house for them to use, right? Nope. Nowhere. That evening, everyone was gone, so we casually looked in the cabinets in the pantry while we made dinner, and there was no coffee to be found. To shorten the rest of the story, nothing else happened. I didn't include the name of the person in the body of the email. God damn it. I didn't include the name of the person in the body of this email because on the chance we're right, I don't want to get in trouble with anyone involved. It was absolutely the weirdest Airbnb experience we've ever had, and I hope we never have one that's weirder. Currently, our running theory is that the, quote, ministry has been running since the 80s, but they're able to afford a big, beautiful house, so they're either scamming people or running drugs. Guess we'll find out if there's a Netflix special.
I feel like when it comes to these big churches and these creepy, cult type things, they just get money from their, what are they, people that go to the church? What are they called? Patrons?
Sure.
Or something, So the people
Worshippers,
yeah, so they get money from them, and that's how they can afford, like, these big extravagant things. Like,
I will say it's really odd they had all that coffee and there was none in the house. I wondered as soon as I heard, like, they had a huge thing of coffee, they're having these big extravagant events where they're taking things, like, maybe they're gifts they give to people, but at the same time, they're probably drugs. That's all. Glad to have you guys back and that you got a well-deserved break. Keep on creeping on. Haley.
Thank you so much, Haley.
We appreciate you sending that to us. That was super awesome, and I really wonder what happens. Please reach out to us if we wind up having a Netflix special that pops up about these people, and let us know, like, this is them, because we will definitely run this as a topic and just have you on. So, fingers crossed. Not really. That's a horrible thing to hope. Fingers crossed they're running drugs, folks.
I mean, all I know is, like, people that run those big mega churches all own giant mansions.
Oh, yeah,
homes.
for sure.
So there's a reason why they have all that money. Okay.
Interesting.
Just saying.
At some point, I'm sure we'll find out.
we'll be those people. We'll start our own
No,
industry.
that's not going to happen. All right. So that's the first story. Give me 1 sec. A little sick still.
Do you need some water?
It's right here. I was just going to start talking to people and then take a sip.
Okay.
So a few shout outs I want to go ahead and do. So these are the ones that I still have in my feed. Shout out to Nikki Pinko, who followed us last month. Shout out to
Natty Smiley,
who followed us 8 days ago, who I think is also in the chat. Shout out to Trash Panda 17, who followed us 10 minutes ago. And shout out to Xena Knight, who resubscribed with their Prime. They've been subscribed for 9 months and said, whoop, whoop, 9 months. Love you guys.
That's so funny. My hair is just like, okay, so we just took a shower a little earlier today, and my hair is like just awful right now.
Why is it awful? It looks fine.
I don't know. I should have straightened it or something. My hair has not been this long in a really long time. If you folks have been watching us since we started, like, what, 3 or 4 years ago
yeah.
with the streams, my hair is so long now. I used to have like hair that was like this short, you know, and now my hair is like all the way down here.
Even shorter. All right, Glitch was the first person in neither channel, and they said, woo.
Woo!
Pink Penguin said, hi. Sherry Sue says, hi, everyone.
It's been so long since we've done a stream, and so it's very strange and weird, and it's very different for us because we haven't done it in ages, and just getting used to the I don't know, swing of it, I guess.
I don't know. For me, it's like riding a bike. Nettie Smiley said, hello. Cyberstar said, hi. Glitch said, the new phasers. Trash Panda said hello as well. Blanca Bello over there on YouTube says, finally I catch a live. It's been a long time.
There's been a lot of new names that we have here on our little dashboard, and we cannot believe how many people have followed us while we weren't streaming.
It's super cool.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you guys.
really neat.
We really want to get to a point where we're streaming video games at the very least again. We just have had our weekends occupied, and not with football. Just like some family stuff that's been pulling us away. I was honestly going to stream this weekend too, but again, we have some more family stuff that's come up, so unfortunately we can't do that. But in the future, there's like multiple things that I definitely want to start streaming again, whether it's horror games or just games for fun. But we'll see. Hopefully we start doing that sometime in February, sometime soon. IMB Trainer says, woo, my night is going to be good now. What up, IMB Trainer? Long time no see.
Long time no see. Thank you guys so much for ordering off our Etsy shop
while we shipped out today.
Yeah, just got shipped out. I had sent Adam to go ship out the box.
She drove me there, handed it to me, and said, walk it over there, drop it in the box, and don't fuck it up this time. And then she drove away without me, so I went and got my haircut.
Yeah, so thank you everybody, and if you folks are new and don't know, we have a Teespring store that has all our t-shirts and sweatshirts and mugs and things like that on there, but we also have an Etsy shop that has pins and stickers that I actually am the one that makes and ships out and stuff. So if you guys want to check that out, you can do that.
Please do. And if you want to find those links, you can type in !merch, and it should give you a link to our shops on our website. And there's the Teespring store, her store, and then one other one. I forget. I think it's the Streamlabs store actually. But yeah, ! merch in the chat will bring that up for you. Cyberstar says, finally able to catch a stream.
We're finally able to stream.
Yeah, we're finally streaming.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not on you. That's on us.
We've been moving and stuff like that, and even this office is still not set up yet.
I'd say it's 65% set up. Although we do have Vigo and the I Want to Believe posters hung. So thank you, Glitch, for those. Ross Sosa says, hello, hi guys.
Hello.
What up, dog?
He also is going through a bunch of new stuff because he moved.
Right.
So hopefully you guys are all set up and doing stuff.
Indeed. Am I over there on YouTube says, hi. That's a spam message. Kat says, hi, how can I donate for you guys to go to Zach?
I assume they mean the museum.
The Bagels Museum
that's
visits.
In Vegas. We still have not gone. I know our friend Marsha would also like us to go.
She wants to go for sure. Okay, so the goal is still on the screen, which is why I assume they're asking. So there's a few different ways. For that to update automatically, you'd have to go to twitch.tv/ScarishPodcast, and on that page, it'll be the stream, but you can also click donate and go through there. And then any other forms of donation, like we have coffee, ko-fi.com/ScarishPodcast. If you send it and say like bagel donation, I'll add it to the goal. I have no problem like collecting it or whatever. If you have like bits over there on Twitch, I know that those translate 1-to-1 as far as pennies go. So that'll also tally up. I think I have to tally those up automatically as well too. But yeah, whatever way you would like to donate to, go for it. And if you have any questions, let us know. Trash Panda says, yo. What up, dog?
You have to say all the O's.
My bad, I missed some of them. Xena Knight says, how's the Scaryish fam? How are y'all? Sherry Sue says, I'm sick again too. Otherwise, I'm great. It's going around, man. It's really hitting everyone. Trash Panda said, "Woo, first stream. I love you guys. We love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much for that." And Glitch tossed up some of these chat commands. I'm going to try and get this one to work. We'll see.
Would it work? No?
No, it's all right. Glitch got the store one up, so that's what matters. All right. So we have responded to all the messages we have gotten. Let's move into our second story.
Adam actually has two mice. He has two mice on his desk now, so I get one, he gets one, and we share control. I guess that's how partnerships work, right? We share control.
Yep.
All right. So.
Let's get set up. Hang on.
Holy fuck.
Dude, you spilled everywhere.
I should have got water. I'm thirsty too. Man, I'm just looking at my cables down there. I might get something.
It's so ugly.
I know. I might get something to cover my cables, you know? I can't stand it. Bad. I just can't stand seeing it. Okay. Oh, but you guys can't see the Try Guys. There's only 3 Try Guys.
TRI guys.
Ned's been banished.
Ned's somewhere. I think she banished him behind something else.
Yeah, so that he's hiding because he doesn't deserve to be with the rest of the Try Guys.
Okay, before we get into this, I might put this in the show too, Mark. Yeah. So before we get into the next story, I do want to mention, because in the background of Robin's camera are the little Try Guy statues that we own, and we only have Keith, Zach, and Eugene up there. Obviously, since the last time we had a D&D episode come out, the Bloodline Saga, a lot has popped off with the Try Guys. Ned has been removed. Shit's gotten crazy. I had no idea anything was going on, and it's just weird, just a coincidence that Ned happened to be the first person eliminated from the Try Guys in the series.
D&D
he was the first person to go. That had nothing to do with it. That was totally written and recorded well before that whole scandal happened. So just want to address that up front. Okay, now I will let Robin read the second story of the show.
All right. So this story says, "Hello, spooky peeps."
Hello.
That's all of us. We're all the spooky peeps. Hey, Adam and Robin, that's us. I'm so sorry I'm procrastinating. I'm a procrastinating piece of shit. You're not. I definitely am, though. That takes 5 years to write an email. What? You've been with us for 5 years? That's great. I'm seeing a doctor for that. JK, LOL. You know, I actually say JK, LOL. Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We all know that.
I've written in before, and going forward, I will try to not type how I talk starting now. I type how I talk. Our scripts are written, and when I type it out, I type how I talk. And so half the time there's LOLs and stuff in my script. And if we had to print to book based on our scripts, I'd have to do a lot of editing. Anyway, I was recently listening to Storytime episode 1, and it triggered a few memories for me. Adam, that's you, spoke about a dream you had of your grandfather after his passing. I sincerely believe that he visited you for real. I messaged you guys via Facebook Messenger and talked about sending my in-dream stories where... I can't read, guys. Here are the ones I remember. Also, it probably doesn't help that I don't have my glasses on.
I told her to make sure she had her glasses before this.
All right. So first story is titled Nightmare. Titled.
Do you want to go find your glasses? I know that titled has nothing to do with it. But I'm just nervous for this because there's a lot of text on this.
All right. No, I'm good. This first story is titled Nightmare Demon Mom.
Okay.
I dreamt I was standing in my mom and stepdad's house. My mom was handing me 2 tickets. I asked her what the tickets were, and she told me it was to an Oscar De La Hoya fight, which is boxing. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to one?
I've never been to a boxing match, no.
I remember grabbing the tickets and being super excited and said, "Oh man, I must be dreaming." She answered with a monotone voice and face completely devoid of any expression. And she just said, "You are." I cannot explain through text how this sounded. It was almost robotic and threatening. I looked up at her, and that's when I woke up. And when I say I woke up, I mean in the exaggerated Hollywood type of wake up.
That's how you wake up.
Okay.
In the exaggerated Hollywood version of waking up.
And so they describe sitting up, gasping, and sweating.
Could you hear the sweat in my...
Yeah. While I worked on getting my breathing under control and my eyes adjusted to the darkness in my room, I became aware of my mom's silhouette standing right beside me.
Fuck.
Confused, I called out, "Mom?" Nothing. No movement, just staring. I reached my hand out like a fucking rookie that doesn't know how to survive a horror movie. When I reached my hand out toward it, all the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I withdrew my hand slowly, and I still don't know why I did this, but I laid back down, trying to move hella slow. I think I was thinking, no sudden movement. If it can't see you... Wait, if you don't move, it can't see you. That's how dinosaurs work, right?
No, it's just the T-Rex, and I'm pretty sure that's fake.
Okay.
Its visual acuity is based on movement. It'll lose you if you don't move.
Plus, this thing was between me and my bedroom door. I tucked my blanket up to my chin and around my face when I had this vision of this thing leaning over into my face. I started praying like I was one number away from winning the lottery. So, a lot and fast and earnestly, and somehow I fell back asleep. I've never experienced anything like that before. 10 out of 10, do not recommend.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. That's terrifying.
I can't stand having dreams where I feel like it's so real and it's so scary, and just like when I wake up, I'm too scared to open my eyes. Those types of dreams, I can't even. Definitely hate those. Like, I think I've described one to you before where we were in a hotel room or something, and I felt like this thing was coming from around the corner of the hotel room and, like, was getting up in my face.
Yeah.
Man, just those things are scary. Okay.
All right, I will say, I will pause the story reading now because this next part says, do not share this part. And then after the end of it, it says... If you think it's okay to read on the podcast, I guess you can. But if it's too much, it's totally okay. But the beginning says they don't want it read because they'd be embarrassed by it. So to err on the side of caution, we're not going to read that second part. I will reply to this email, however, and say, hey, you're in the new Storytime. It's going to come out. Let us know if you want us to read the second part of it because we decided not to out of respect for your privacy. So I think that's going to wind up being the end of this one.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that we got that first part in there. And then, we'll take it from there.
All right.
Just to reiterate, this is an example. If you have something you'd like to share with us, please do so. And if you do not want it shared on the podcast, we won't share it. So thank you so much for writing, Jess. This was a really terrifying dream. And then we will privately read the second one because I'm sure it's probably emotional after the show. And then we'll get back to you on that. But either way, thank you so much for sending that in.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I didn't warn Robin about that. So
no.
I wanted to step in there and be like, wait. Time out, like Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, who I don't know if you've ever watched Saved by the Bell or know who Zach Morris is.
Mm-mm.
We're not that far apart in age. God.
No.
Fine, be that way. He's like the original Deadpool. He was always breaking the fourth wall and talking directly to the audience. If he yelled, it's like a kid in high school, right? And if he yelled time out, time froze. Everyone froze exactly where they were. And then he'd narrate a bit. There's a time he yelled time out and then move someone in front of someone's punch.
Is he the main character?
Of Saved by the Bell? Fuck yeah, he is.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What about all the other characters?
They're not the main character.
But they all... Okay. Don't they all share the same amount of screen time?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. It's all about Zach. Zach's the best.
So it should be... I don't know. Named Zach or something.
No, it's Saved by the Bell. He is Saved by the Bell.
Oh, is his last name Bell?
No! Why does the name of the fucking show have to connect?
I don't know. I've never watched it. I don't know.
It's like, is the last name of the family in Modern Family Modern or Family? Like, no.
But they're all main characters.
No, they're not. I mean, maybe they are for Modern Family, but who gives a shit? It doesn't make sense that the title of Saved by the Bell has to connect to Zach Morris's name. Time out. Just me and you guys talking now. Robbins and Dingleberry. Time in. Ow! She hurt me. Everyone saw that. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jess, for sharing that with us.
All right, so that's 2 down. That really hurt. Our cat the other day was like crawling down my side and popped her claws and just dug into my nipple and then like slid forward.
More, Daddy.
You were there, and it like put a slit into my nipple that hurt so bad. and she just smacked it, which I do not appreciate. All right, this next one from MI over on YouTube is for you, Robin.
Robin, I cut my bangs today. I haven't had bangs since childhood. Going to take some getting used to. It's so, I don't know. I love having bangs, but you always complain when I cut them myself.
I think she looks fine. And then she gets home and she's like, they fucked up my bangs. And then she cuts her bangs and then she hates it even more. Every time.
But now I don't have any. I mean, I might. I don't know. No, they're too long. They're like here. I guess I could like just chop them off, but every time I cut them, I see a hairstyle that I'm like, oh man, I wish I had long hair, like all over, you know? So then I don't, but.
My hair's a lot shorter than it was when I went in there.
Adam just got his hair cut
just today, yeah, which is fine. And he didn't do a hard part, which I really like. I'm just getting used to it again. So, all right. Pink Penguin says, I hate scary dreams. I'm already stressed when I'm awake, so I don't need to be stressed while I sleep. That's a good point.
I don't think I've had a really scary dream in a while. You did recently, I
should probably work this into the show. Yeah, for me, I have a recurring dream. I've talked about it before, how I used to have a recurring dream where Freddy Krueger was like my boogeyman, and I'd have the same dream every night for years until I finally like survived the dream, basically. And then when I got older, like all that went away, and then I started having dreams where there was like some sort of demonic presence or entity. It never has a physical form. It's like the feeling of pure dread just washes over me, and I just all of a sudden feel it centralized in like a specific location, and I know it's there, and it's there for me. And the weirdest part about having this is it's not a recurring dream, it's a recurring character across my dreams, where regardless of the dream I'm having, as soon as I feel it, it's like, oh, it's here for me. And I haven't had a dream like that in like 4 or 5 years, and it just popped up. And this doesn't always happen in my dreams, but as soon as I felt it, it's like I was standing in a room with friends talking or something like that. And as soon as I felt it and I knew where it was, I charged it. And then it froze me, basically. And I was like, oh my God. And like, so I reached out to try and like grab what I thought was it, like to like grab it and like, you know, fight back, basically. And then I, quote unquote, woke up.
Like Hollywood woke up? You're like,
no. I woke up and I was in a bunk bed, so obviously this wasn't a real wake up, which I'll spoil that for you now. But I was in a bunk bed, and I was on the top bunk, and floating above me, between me and the ceiling, was this like ghastly entity, and it was like coming towards me. And then I reached up again to grab it, thinking like, oh, this is what my dream was. It was warning me about this thing about to hurt me. And when I reached up to grab it, I actually woke up in real life. And so I was laying in our bed with my arms stretched out like I was in the dream, like trying to grab something. And I panicked because in that moment, I couldn't move. It's like something had me by my wrist, keeping me from moving forward. And I was just like shaking, and I finally told myself, like, calm down. And as soon as I calmed down, I was able to just move my arm. So it was like still paralyzed, kind of like from the dream or from the fright or whatever. But yeah, it's fucking horrifying. So dreams suck when they terrify you like that. But anyways.
Here's Wonderwall.
Anyways, here's Wonderwall. All right, let's read more stuff. I'm What's Reader said, saved by the Zach. Exactly. There you go.
Yep.
I've missed seeing my favorite domestic violence stream. Seriously, right? Glitch says, hello, long time no see to IMB Trainer.
It's a long time no see for a lot of people. It's been months since we've had a story time. Yeah. Genuinely. Or it's been months since we've had a stream in general. Yeah, a lot. So I feel like since
November, I think, is the maybe the earliest.
Started my new job, maybe, or
we've done it once or twice at most. Yeah, for sure. It has not been very frequently lately, but we're gonna try and get back into it. Pink Penguin says, I like the idea of bangs, but growing them out is an awkward process. Rothsman Sosa says, super sharp lines in the haircut. I'm jelly. Thank you. The guy knew what he was doing, and I was pretty happy with it. It's like a barbershop right down the street. And my hair looked awful, so I was like, all right, let's give it a shot and hope it doesn't go terrible.
Granted, he did look kind of awful when he came home, too.
He styled it, and he put like 2 types of like paste into it and then sprayed it with 2 things. So it was like straight line, like super hard, like it felt like rock candy.
I was just like, what is this?
I was like, I have to shower. I can't look like this. IMB Trainer is at work, which is unfortunate. For the next few days, she's working 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. Oh, it does say a few weeks. Holy shit.
L2 read.
12s. That's rough. Glitch says too, I'm What's for Dinner. I tagged you too. LOL. I see the tag. Still hate me. Sherry Sue says, I really missed this. Glitch said same. We're going to
Thank
hopefully
you so much. I'm What's for Dinner for cheering bits.
Have it back up and running here in like steady streaming content, even if we run out of emails. So I don't know if we read Sherry Sue's resubscribe.
Thank you for resubscribing.
They hit 11 months. Thank you. I'm What's for Dinner resubscribe and says, oh my God, the stream is back.
We are back. Hopefully more consistently. Yeah.
Yeah.
My schedule is pretty consistent. So
also pointing out that I'm What's for Dinner is at 36 months.
3
full years.
Dang.
And again, shout out to I'm What's for Dinner for sending over 100 bits. We appreciate that. And that does go towards the Bagels Museum visit. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is like Robin doesn't get home until like the earliest 7 p.m. our time. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are not viable streaming days for us. Because if we tried to have a stream on time at 7, we would constantly be late, first of all. And then it's like that's 10 p.m. for all of our East Coast watchers.
Yep.
Which is a lot of you folks. So yeah we'll probably have to do them Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
So we'll figure it out though.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of streams out there people like to watch on the weekend, so
yep.
Hopefully we can be one of them.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah.
All right. So I'm going to mark it, and we're going to move into our next one. I'm not going to run a commercial break because I don't fucking want to. That one you have to read because I edited that one. So I'll read.
Oh my God, Xena Knight says it's 12:40 a.m. for them.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. What part of the country? Wait, what country? What country are you in? Europe. Guessing. I don't know. That's a continent. Yeah, UK. Okay. Got it.
Jesus. All right. Reaper. Mark audio. Perfect.
You are.
I really thought you were going to hit me.
Wow. I don't hit him that much. He's being dramatic.
That's a lie. You all know that's a lie.
Let me go get water. I'm thirsty.
Okay. I think there's only one full bottle left.
Okay, I'm going to get coconut water.
Okay. Can you get me the full bottle of water? Please. So there's this game called Dark and Darker, I think. Let me minimize this really fast and check and see. Dark and Darker, yeah. And it's like a first person. It looks like Skyrim, but it's like a battle royale mode. And it's like you're in a dungeon and like it's slowly shrinking to like force you guys all together. It's a very dark game, which isn't shocking because the name is Dark and Darker. But it's also in alpha, so the demo's only up until the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. And I was finally able to get access to it. I think I just hadn't done anything correctly, so I couldn't get in before. But I've been watching some streamers play it, and it's really fun. And more importantly, I'm really, really bad at it. So it would be pretty fun to stream, and so you guys could watch me die in a variety of ways. It's like Elder Scrolls meets Dark Souls with the difficulty of the fucking monsters meets like Call of Duty or any other game that has a battle royale mode that shrinks you together. Because like everything you see can kill you, like absolutely can kill you, and it sucks. So it'll be really funny to stream because I am not good at it, and you guys will probably get a kick out of it. All right, while we're waiting for Robin, I'll read some more. Filippo over there in YouTube says, "Bonjour, chat. I have a ghost experience. Can I tell you? Get your opinion." Absolutely. If you want to message it to us, so you don't have to put it into YouTube chat where it could be washed away. I would suggest sending it over to us on Instagram. Our Instagram is @ScarishPodcast. Send us a full message, and that way it'll be a little bit easier on you. Thank you so much. I'm What's Returned for cheering another 500 bits. That puts us up to around $109, I think, for the Bagels Museum visit. So I know that Marsha really wants to take Robin to the basement because it's supposed to be super scary, and Robin already hates basements in general, so it would be really funny. Eve over there on YouTube says, "Hi guys, hello." Filippo says, "Sorry, English not my first language." It's okay, I understand. I work in customer service, and a lot of times people write in not in English. English is my only language, which stinks. I need to know more, but I don't, and so I have to use like Google Translate most of the time just so I can have something to tell people. This is yours, and the Aquafina is mine, right? What I really should be drinking is something warm, but I just love water. All right. Oh my God. So you guys haven't seen her in a minute. She is a nearly fully grown corgi now. This is Anya, our tiny little corgi puppy. And she is so much bigger. She's like 22 pounds now. She's absolutely adorable. Eve says, you guys have a cold too. Absolutely do. Oh, she's being so sweet right now. Was she sleeping when you picked her up?
Yeah.
Oh, this poor sleepy doggo. She's just the sweetest dog, y'all. Like, she is so nice. She's grown out of her biting phase. Cena says, she's so cute. Pink Penguin says, Pupper. Trash Panda says, oh, baby. And what's her name says, doggo. She is very, very
She's
sweet.
Like, let me free.
Now that she lives with her mom, she's learned that I'm no longer her favorite person. She likes Robin so much more than me. And it's so annoying. It's like, I feed you every meal. Like, I've been the one there for you all the time. And like, she just loves Robin more. It's okay. I get it. It is what it is. Here's your drink that you set in front of me.
Thank you.
All right. Eve says, too cute. I agree. Too cute. Let's move on. I'll read this story now. I shouldn't put it off anymore.
Right.
Mark.
She's like, I'm leaving. Bye.
Fine, bye. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on into the third story time. Nope. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on into the third email or homegrown horror of story time. And it starts out like this. Sorry.
What the?
I just read the subject and it says can read on podcast. And I was like, wait, is this the other one I already read? It's not. They just both happen to do this. Let's take that a third time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move into our third homegrown horror of the show, and this one's subject is Storytime Can Read on Podcast, and it starts out like this. Hi, Robin and Adam. Hello. Robin says hello, but she has tea or something in her mouth. Coconut water.
Nah, matcha latte.
Matcha latte. My bad. It goes on to say, I am just about caught up with the show. I started listening sometime during the fall last year, but then I took a break due to the holidays and some other family matters that continued on during the spring. No worries. We totally understand. I started listening again in June and have been binging ever since between work, long car rides, and sometimes right before bed, which might not always be the best idea, but here we are.
Some of the topics are nice because they're not so scary, you know? They're just like informational or historical, like
or horrifying.
Or, I mean, yeah, but like the true crime sometimes isn't that bad. Or like I don't think SCPs are that bad. Some of them are pretty scary.
SCPs are fun.
I think they're fun. But yeah, I mean, we're fun to listen to all year round, anytime, 24/7.
Okay, I like that. It's a good advertisement. It goes on to say, I'm also very glad that I work from home most of the week because I find myself just dying with laughter between the banter. Happy to hear that. I love your show because you both really do make it seem like I'm sitting with two friends chatting about all of the spooky things. Anyways, some of the stories recently have made me think about some of my dreams that I have had throughout my life, and the topic of recurring dreams has come up a few times. I know it is common to have recurring dreams, but I've never had a dream that is exactly the same as another one. For me, I have a dream location that is recurring. If I have a dream that takes place in this location, it is usually an unsettling or scary dream.
I think it's funny that you just brought up your story of how you have a recurring thing happen. I know you have a recurring location though too. Like a lot of the time you're in your like childhood home or something like that.
If I'm in my childhood home, things are not going to go well. I always know that 100%. Hang on one sec. Excuse me. I apologize. All right. I know it's common to have recurring dreams. Yep, I read that. The setting is of a beach and is just a regular beach. Lifeguard chairs, a pavilion with a snack bar, and the parking lot is across the street. If you go further up the street, there is a little town with shops, restaurants, and inns/hotels. When you look out at the water, it is open ocean straight ahead, but on either side of the beach, there are these cliffs that enclose the beach, making a bit of a horseshoe, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can totally picture this in my mind's eye.
I mean, one of the beaches I used to go to growing up, there was the beach, and then on one side, it was literally like a strip of black rock. It was literally called Black Rock.
It's a good name.
But yeah, it was like all the way. It was a huge cliff, and you couldn't see past it. You had to like climb up and then jump off or whatever. So I totally see this location.
Cool. I have had so many unsettling dreams on this beach. In one, I was on a boat that was out on the water, but it had capsized, and I was unable to get it flipped back over. I could see the land, but I was just far enough that the people on land couldn't see me struggling. Under the water, there were many large sea creatures that were slowly starting to surround me. The creatures kind of looked like whales or narwhals. Fun fact, this is me saying this, fun fact, I didn't know narwhals were real for a very long time. I thought they were fake. Anything with a horn attached to it like that just looks fake as fuck. All right, getting back into it. They were so...
what about, like, goats and stuff?
Goats have 2...
Reindeer.
They have 2.
Moose.
Like, they have antlers. It's different than, like, just one fucking horn in the middle of something's forehead. I was like, unicorn manatee. Fuck right off. You're not getting me with that shit. All right, I'm going to get back into this now. They were so large, and I was getting the sense they were predators and were unfriendly. I wanted to try and swim to land, but these creatures kept getting in my way. Of course, I woke up before I could find out if I made it to land safely. I had a dream once where I was in the water of the beach, just swimming this time, and was not far out. I went to go swim back in, but a swarm of jellyfish had made their way between me and the land.
See, now this is not so much a nightmare as this would happen in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see these things happening in real
know
life.
At one point I have been stung by a jellyfish. I just don't remember which trip it was because I'm that old where some of my memories and family trips blur together. It was either San Diego or the Bahamas. I don't know which.
Okay.
I'll keep going. There was no way I wouldn't get severely stung if I attempted to make my way back. And yet again, I also woke up right before I made it to land, so I am unsure of how it was resolved. I have also had several dreams where there was a storm coming while I was on the beach. In one of these dreams, there were these huge waves crashing onto the beach. As the waves were forming and making their way to their highest peak, I would get a glimpse of the shadow of a shark or a whale or another large, very intimidating sea creature.
It's just me.
The creatures were never... No. The creatures never made their way onto the beach.
You can do it.
Shh. Shut your fucking face. The creatures never made their way onto the beach, though, because of dream science, ? I've had dreams... My voice is like, you have 2 or 3 sentences left. You better make them good. I've had dreams where I'm on the beach, but trying to get away from people who were out to get me, so I would be weaving in and out of crowds. Sometimes the beach is filled with people, sometimes it's just me and a handful of people on the beach, or I am completely by myself. It is always super eerie if I am by myself or if there are minimal people. What is very ironic about the beach being the location of my very unsettling dreams is that I love the beach and it is one of my favorite places to be. Anyways, I'm sorry if the email is long. I do have a couple of short stories of kind of creepy things that have happened if you are interested. Always. Thanks for keeping me company during my long days at work. Keep on creeping on. Well, thank you so much for sending it in. These were excellent. And I think it's very interesting because like Robin mentioned and like I just said, like I do have recurring dreams and they've kind of changed and shifted as I've gotten older. It's so bizarre that like the beach is someplace that you are happy and you love going to. And I think that might be why your brain just kind of like has it as the background thing. But it sucks that it's always the background thing of something scary or traumatic or terrifying happening. So as far as the other stories go, we definitely want to hear them. So please send those in.
Yeah, definitely send them in. I love hearing everybody's interesting stories and how people experience different things or how their brain processes different things. It's always really fascinating.
Indeed. Thank you one more time.
Yeah.
All right. So some shout outs to do. Shout out to Rothman for donating $25 and says,
what?
Go to the basement. Appreciate that.
You.
I was thinking about that episode the other day because my dad still hasn't heard it and we went and had lunch with him. Yeah, he gave me all the information so that I could have that episode be good. And then he just didn't listen to it. So
did I tell you my coworker, her dad is like a ghost hunter.
No.
So she goes with her dad on ghost hunts with their family.
Can we go?
I fucking knew you would say that.
Why wouldn't I say that? I want to go.
I told her, I was like, Adam will go, I'll stay at home. You guys have fun.
You suck. You have to go so we can record it. Scaryish content. But yeah.
Maybe I'll send you a picture. They've been featured on a magazine.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, please send me all that information.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're roommates or something. And shout out to Captain Fake Guy who redeemed a high five, and shout out to Glitchgrim who redeemed a high five, which are way easier now that we're next to each other again.
My hands are so soft.
They are. They felt really soft. All right, gonna scroll up and see where we left off.
Living in California has been so much better on my skin. I will say that. The air, the moisture, it's so nice.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to this thing from Filippo over on YouTube.
Okay. When I saw that come through, I was just like, I'm not fucking reading that. Are you kidding me?
So they said they had a scary thing and they want to know if they could share it. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. You can send it over to us on Instagram if you want to. Just trying to be serious. And in my head, I was like, maybe they're fucking with us. They're going to say something inappropriate. They did. But it's not like dangerous inappropriate or offensive inappropriate. So I'm going to read it because this is really fucking funny.
You're so stupid.
Said, I go disco, get drunk, and leave, and sleep in park. When I wake, I covered in ectoplasm, and I see 4 male ghosts run away. Why they cover me in ectoplasm is strange, no?
Oh God, you're so stupid.
It's so fucking...
It's because you're a dude, and you just are like, this is hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious. It is. It's funny. It's a good joke. All right. Anyways... Captain Vegai joined us and said, hello. What up, Captain Vegai?
You have to let us know where we can send you a housewarming gift.
Please do. I have used that cutting board so much.
Oh, yeah.
And now Robin's mad at me because it's like got wear and tear of being a cutting board.
Yeah, because we've been using it to slice all my sourdough.
All the bread she's been making, and I use it when I'm preparing steaks too. All right, I'm going to have a sip.
Of course, you take a drink while I'm taking a drink, so that there's like drink silence other than you go.
I'm dying. My voice is barely hanging out right now. Barely hanging in there, I guess I should say. What's in here? Salute says, good evening, Captain. Faye says, miss you all. I am also randomly in California today.
What?
LOL. What part?
What are you doing?
What's in here says, oh, speaking of goats, our goats just had babies yesterday. I'll try to remember to get pics. They're called kids.
So your goat had kids?
You go to kids. Funny story. My friend, him and his wife have a farm, and their goats had kids, and they brought the kids inside the house to raise them, and they were just like super difficult to have inside the house. And then eventually it got easier and easier, and that's how she convinced him, if we can take care of these goats, we can have actual human children. And now he has a daughter.
Aw, so that's cute.
She tricked him. Pretty good deal. My mom says, hello, Anya Babanya. Late hello. Twitch wanted to be introduced to my new computer.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Mom. I didn't send these to you so that you could proofread them because I didn't want to bother you. Also, I forgot that you needed to proofread them until like 10 minutes before the show. So, Iwinster says, oh my God, a spooky mom. Faye says, hi, spooky mom. Pink Penguin says to Iwinster, yes, baby goat pics, please. XM Awesome X says, hey, spooky mom. Iwinster says, when are we going to have another special guest episode with spooky mom? I'm gonna guess not anytime soon.
Yeah.
She lives in Vegas now.
Also, I don't know how deep her spooky story goes.
Stole as much as we could from her, for sure.
MI says, hair looks good, Adam. I had to pause you guys for a bit, so I'm behind.
It's okay.
I think your hair does look good. I think they did a good job back here. It's nice.
The time I hate it is always the time where I just got it cut because it's always shorter than I want it to, and I don't hate it right now, which means that in a week or two it's gonna be like perfect haircut. So
it's not as gray as you said it would be.
I thought I was gonna have grays like all through here and all through here, but like getting it cut makes me feel like, oh, I'm not as old looking.
You're just kind of old looking.
Yeah.
They also said, don't cut your bangs, Robin. I think this was a one and done. I've been wanting to do it for 2 years now, and I did, and now to grow them out again.
Filippo says, is real. Glitch says, I'll keep this for now. LOL. Hashtag watching. It's so funny. Okay. No ban me, please. All right. Glitch says, you're fine. Filippo says, I have a story about a huge black snake if you want to hear. We're going to have to pass on that one, but I appreciate the offer. All right. Faye says,
he also says your hair is bone.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you.
Adam works on a game where they actually have to
say bone.
Speak French in the game. So
Captain Faye Guy says, also, I'm in San Francisco for a conference, so unfortunately not near y'all.
No.
Bummer. It's okay. Some point the universe will make us hang out again. All right. So that is everything on chat. I think we... Oh, and Faye resubscribed for the 37th month and said, woo, subbed. Thank you so much, Faye. All right.
Thank you guys so much for supporting us after being here for 5 years. It's insane.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Gonna mark it and give us that sweet ass last story of the show intro. God, that Filippo. It's just made me laugh so fucking much today. Thank you.
God, I hate that that's what makes me laugh.
It's just fucking funny.
You're so okay. This final email goes something like this. JK. The subject is my spooky encounter, and it begins.
It's spooky.
Hello, guys. My name is Zuhair, and I'm from California. Before I start, I just wanted to say I have just started listening to your podcast, and I am so addicted to it. Thank God.
Thank you.
Both of you are so funny and have great chemistry when talking. After how many people have written their encounter, I feel a lot safer telling mine.
So that's a shout out to the spooky friends for trusting us with their stories.
Yeah. So starting off, I was about 11 or so years old, and I was a little rebellious shit. But I guess who isn't, right?
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you just...
There are some kids who are good kids, who are like obedient, they do what their parents say, and they're called squares. Not really, they're just good kids. I wasn't one of those, for sure.
I was fine until high school, and then I started trouble in high school, for sure.
Your idea of starting trouble is probably my idea of like being a good kid. So
my idea of starting trouble is finally being like, I'm not gonna do what you tell me.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Every night I would pretend to sleep until everyone was asleep, and I would get up out of bed. Mind you, I slept on the top of a bunk bed with my older brother in the bottom bed. I did this because every night I would go to the living room and watch Adult Swim on TV, where all the anime would play, and it would have some mature content anime where they show light fan service, and as a kid, I needed to see that stuff.
I knew you were going to enjoy reading this one.
But continuing the story, one night I would do my same routine, get up out of bed, and slowly go down to my bunk bed, avoiding stepping on my brother. What's funny about that is, yes, they did play anime, late at night, but I mean, okay, so you're 11, maybe there's things that you shouldn't see, but like all the good animes were on, right? They had Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, all that fun stuff. I don't know what would be so bad that you couldn't watch it though, with like Tiggle Bitties or something, I
mean, there's also violence. Like if your parents aren't into like fighting or violence, it's like all Dragon Ball Z is. And I know that was on.
I remember like G-Force though played it all the time.
The Gundam series too has pretty mature content as far as that goes. But it's been so long since I used to watch. It's hard for me to figure out like which ones were on it.
Yeah.
Like Gundam Wing was the one when I was in high school for sure, and then I don't remember like what came after that. So
Gundam Seed.
Was it Gundam Seed?
Gundam Seed Destiny.
Like for being like on the air and not as far as like continuity's sake.
No.
I'm not challenging your knowledge, Robin.
No,
Jesus.
I'm not saying you're doing that. Oh, ew, they had G Gundam too. Whoa, the worst. Anyway, so they tried to not step on their brother. That night, I had to pee really bad. Who doesn't? So I rushed out of bed and went to the bathroom. Sometimes you have dreams where you just gotta pee your pants. From there, I headed to the living room. I had to... Adam just stared at me. Okay. From there, I headed to the living room. I had to pass the front door to get to the TV area. And for some reason, I was walking towards the TV. I had this really weird feeling that someone was at the front door. For some reason, I had this huge urge to just open the door. I don't know what came over me, but it felt like a magnet-like feeling, and it dragged me to the door. Every time I would start walking forward towards the TV area, I would constantly look back at that door. I just started walking to the front door, and when I opened it, there was this figure about 5 feet from the entrance just looking at me. There was also a metal screen door between us.
That's good, because you don't want nothing to be between you and a weird figure standing in your doorway.
This figure was just staring at me. It looked like a tall man with a brimmed hat, like those detective noir hats, and it was just staring, not doing anything. This just reminds me of like something from Poltergeist or something, that creepy guy that comes to their door.
That wide-brimmed hat, dude. That's Poltergeist too. It's creepy as shit.
For some reason, I really wanted to open the metal screen, and before I knew it, I woke up in bed. I told my dad about it, and he completely dismissed me and told me that I was dreaming and didn't even try to listen to me. I started thinking that it was just a dream as well, but later my brother had told me that he was so mad at me because that night I had stepped on his leg really hard, and I woke him up when I went to the bathroom, and that he heard the front door open.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. That's like, it's like somebody actually giving you proof like, no, dude, that happened to you.
The most terrifying part is like this whole confrontation happens at the door, and then you like wake up in bed. So you would immediately assume like, wow, that dream felt real. And then someone just confirms that it was real, and you're just like, then what the fuck happened to me?
All right, so I was scared shitless for about a week. I didn't get up late again, and then after a week, I was having the anime withdrawal. Yes! And I had to watch some good old Fooly Cooly. So I did the same thing. I waited for everyone to go to sleep, and I got up and sneakily went to the living room to watch TV. Yeah. Sometimes you just can't not do it, dude. I remember running home. Okay, not running home because I lived in the middle of nowhere, but as soon as my mom picked me up from my friend's house or picked me up from school and took me home, Digimon started at 3 or 3:30 on Fox, and I was like, y'all, I gotta go get home. I gotta watch Digimon.
I had no idea until this moment that Digimon was on Fox.
Yeah, bro.
Because when if you were telling me after school Fox programming, I'd be like, oh, Amazing Spider-Man, the X-Men, Batman the animated series, obviously, and then I don't know if Fox had Animaniacs, but I feel like they did at some point. But Digimon being on Fox as
I lived in Hawaii.
after school programming to me is I'm not that much older than you. How is this possible?
I don't know if our channeling is different because we lived in Hawaii, and maybe Fox on the East Coast, Chicago
Midwest,
area, was
Midwest.
I don't give a. Okay, you know what? I'm from an island in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That part's true.
Anyway, we have our own time zone, right?
Oh yeah, Hawaii does have its own time zone for sure.
Okay. So anyway, I know the feels. You got to get that anime in. So the way my living room was set up had the TV in the corner and the couches obviously facing it, and behind the couch, a couple of feet away, was the entrance to my garage. As I was watching TV, I heard this noise come from the garage. I ignored it. After a little bit, it happened again, so I got up and walked to the door. No, you just go back to bed. You just leave it. Unless you keep hearing it and then you go to your parents' room and said, hey, I heard something coming from the garage.
Hey guys, I was in my bed and I heard something coming from the garage, so I went downstairs and turned on the TV so I could check and see what it was.
I felt a little safer to check out what it was because the light switch in the garage was on the outside, not in the garage. I assumed I could take a look inside with the light on really quick and close the door. As I did, I just peeked my head in and looked around multiple times, scanning a section at a time. I gotta sneeze.
Bless you. Good Lord. I apologize to your ears.
Scroll. I didn't see anything, and I just felt relieved, so I closed the door and turned around, and my heart fucking dropped. Straight cold chills and hairs immediately raised, and my body just turned stiff. As I turned around, my kitchen was also in plain view to the left of the living room, and there was this woman looking at me, peeking at me like she's trying to hide with half of her face covered by the counter, so all I can see was her hair, which was glossy black and super pale, with white, prunish looking skin that, what happens to your finger in the water. Gross. I wonder, okay, so this is California, right? I wonder if it's, I was gonna say if it's Hawaii, I don't know. You get a lot of weird, creepy, Asian seeming ghosts, okay? But I don't know, this is interesting. I wonder if it's the same era that had The Grudge and stuff going on, so you're kind of inspired by commercials that you see on TV, and as a kid, all those things scare you.
Seep into your subconscious.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but her eyes were bloodshot and one of her hands were gripping the top of the counter and her other hand was on the one side of it, and I shit you not, she made the hush sign like a finger in front of her face. I'm assuming that's what it was because I couldn't see her lips. She started to use the other hand gripping the side of the counter and pointed at the front door! No! All I could think to do was walk to the couch and sit with my back towards the area because I just thought, out of sight, out of mind, but no!
Yeah, that's the craziest part of this story to me is that you're just whatever, I'm just gonna go back to watch anime.
No. If I freaking saw that, I'd be running to my parents. I don't even care. This is dumb. I hate it. I can't sit back down on the couch when the living room's on one side, the kitchen where you see it is on the other side. No, you don't. No, because then
you, I won't do what you tell me.
If she is on the other side of that couch, what if it's an actual person in your house and she's gonna freaking garrote you, fucking strangle you to death, and you're just
That's some dark shit there, Robin. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I was straight shocked, no facial expression at all, and just put the volume down to 0.
You have to read that so people can actually hear what you're saying.
And just put the volume down to 0 and kept watching, retaining no information on what I was watching. Then why are you sitting there? Why? I can't. I can't. I literally could not get her face out of my head even now, and it scares me and makes me feel so uncomfortable when I remember it. I told my mom and dad, and they didn't believe me again. I told this story to 3 other people in my life, and they all told me, oh, you were just a kid. It was just your imagination. It was real, or maybe it just felt real, but I can assure you I wasn't dreaming. I've never seen those things again, and from then on, I never stayed up past my bedtime again. Well, until I didn't have a bedtime because I got older. But now, when any kid has a spooky encounter or stories, I listen to them with open hearts because I don't want to feel the way that I did. I don't want them to feel the way that I did. Secluded and on my own with no one to help me through it. Well, that is my freaking freaky encounter. To this day, I don't know what the hell those 2 things were. This tall shadow man with a brimmed hat trying to get me out of the house, and the lady who was either telling me to go outside or maybe even helping me, telling me to be quiet because the other thing is outside.
That's what I thought.
That's
exactly what I thought.
Love you guys. Apologize if this is a little long. It feels so good to get it off my chest. Oh, also, now that I think about it, maybe there was a third entry. Third entity. Maybe there was a third entity there as well. Maybe the one in the garage. Or might have just been the lady in the kitchen. Who knows? I would not like to think about this any longer.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no. Like, if I saw someone like that in my kitchen, like, big notes, I'm running. I can't. That's too scary.
I will say, like, I understand why people dismiss kids. Because, like, we have a niece who we've asked just to, like, tell us stories randomly. And it's, like, crazy off-the-wall shit that's pretty scary sometimes. So kids do have active imaginations. But to completely write a kid off that is telling you, like, no, this was real. Like, this is something that happened. Like, it is dangerous to do that. Because, like Robin said, like, what if this was a person? Like, that first part of the story where there's a guy outside the house, like, to just tell your kid, like, you were dreaming, go back to bed. I would hope they said that to you to try and provide you peace of mind, even though that's probably not what it did. And obviously it didn't. And then went and looked into it, you know, like put a baseball bat by the door, did something so they could make sure that if there was any sort of threat to the home or the child, they were prepared for it. Because if my kid came to me and said, like, hey, this happened last night, I'd be like, everything's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you're just dreaming. Like, go hang out in another room so I can talk to your mom really fast. They'd be like, this kid saw a demon. Like, I would immediately freak the fuck out. I wouldn't treat it as if it was just like, I'm just going to tell the kid that it was nothing so that I can go on with my day and not have to worry about it. And then having a second thing happen like that that's just equally as terrifying, except this thing was in the house. In the fucking house. Yeah. And you never saw it again. Like, it really makes me wonder if, like, maybe someone was running from the cops, snuck into your house, you came downstairs to watch TV, and there were cops, like, searching outside, and they saw you, and they're like, shut the fuck up, kid. And what you heard was cops searching around outside. That was the noise that you heard a couple of times. Like, that's where my head went a little bit, too. But, and then you, of course, connected it to the other paranormal experience that you had, but that was actually a real person who was like, that kid kept his mouth shut. Like, so I'm gonna leave him alone, and I'm gonna sneak out just as easily as I snuck in.
But, like, okay, as a child, right, you're like, I'm gonna go back to the couch, I'm gonna turn the volume down to 0. I'm just gonna sit here. Like, no, you can't. I can't. I would have ran so fast.
I cannot tell you what I would have done because I'm a very different adult as I was a child, and I don't remember what my childlike instincts would have been. I probably would have screamed and ran to my parents. I probably would have been like, there's a woman in the kitchen.
What if they had screamed and the spirit thing would have killed them?
I mean, I don't know about that.
There's a movie about that.
Well, yeah, it's not like a documentary, though. Like, why you don't scream at spirits. I would have ran to my parents for protection.
Someone make that documentary.
We should make that documentary.
Scream at spirits.
But I really do appreciate you sharing this story with us. And I understand when you tell this story to people, like, sometimes they treat you like, oh, I'm sure you're just a kid and just dismiss it outright. That happens way too often to people.
I mean, that's how I thought of it, right? Where I was like, maybe this kid is just inspired by trailers for movies or things that have come out on TV that are kind of scary or whatnot, you know?
Do you know, this is apropos of nothing aside from the word trailers, do you know why they're called trailers? The previews for movies used to come after the movie. The credits would roll.
So they trailed.
And then they would come on. That's why they were called trailers. But no one ever stayed to watch. So they're like, can we put the trailers at the front? And someone was like, that's a good idea. But they didn't come up with a good idea of, like, change the fucking name then.
Just name them to Headers.
They should have changed it to headers, but that's why they're called trailers. That's a true story. So, anyways, thank you so much, Zahira, for sending us your story. We sincerely appreciate it. And yeah, that is the last one we have for this episode.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for sending your stories in. We really, really appreciate it.
I'm going to mark it. And even though that's the last one we have for the episode in podcast form, we do have one other thing to do, which is Marbles on Stream. So for those of you who are new to the stream, and it seems like there's a few of you.
I just love this username on YouTube. Charles Dickens, then out, then in again.
Dickens, then out, then in again.
Yeah.
That's
what I
a good name.
said.
But anyways, for those of you who are new to the stream, once we're done with this, sometimes the emails can get like really heavy. Sometimes people send us stuff about like people passing away or something that's, really traumatizing. We like to do a little game to kind of like lighten the mood before we send you back out into the world, which is Marbles on Stream. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's literally just marbles racing down a track someone has designed. And if you're in Twitch, twitch.tv/Scaryish podcast, just by typing an ! Play when the race is getting ready to go, you can get a marble that represents you. And whoever wins gets a free sticker. So a little bit of free merch. That said, before we get into marbles, let's read some of the stuff that was put into the chat while we were doing that one, because it was fun. Eve says, I love your haircut. Valentine's is coming up. Thank you. And yes, it is. So I don't have to look like poop for Valentine's Day. Pink Penguin says, I was never allowed to stay up past 9, so DVRs were a godsend. It was the only way for me to catch up with Inuyasha and Bleach.
I remember when I was in high school, I freaking pirated all that. I was like, pirate train. I had my own ship. I was the captain of it, and I pirated so much.
I am so old that TiVo was the only service that existed that could DVR things, and that didn't come out until I was in high school. And we didn't have it. So I went to the Pirate Bay, and before that, before torrents were even a thing, MIRC, often referred to as just IRC, which was just peer-to-peer sharing, and downloaded so much shit. And that's how I got most of my stuff. Captain Fake Guy says, my bedtime was also 9. Eve over there in YouTube says, think about romantic ghost story movies. Faye says, now I go to bed at 9 willingly. LOL. Yeah, I think my bedtime nowadays is closer to the time that I was told I needed to go to bed. We'll just call this person Charles. Charles said, good evening, everyone. This channel was in my recommendations. Thanks, YouTube, for recommending us to Charles. We hope the content is what you're looking for. Glitch welcomed them as well. Pink Penguin says, same, even on my days off about the bedtime. Xena says, does 9 a.m. count as a bedtime? LOL.
If you're going to bed at 9 a.m., that's your bedtime.
Yeah. I mean, that used to be my bedtime in college sometimes. I won't lie and say all the time.
No, I can't do that. No.
Ken Vegas says, LOL, I am so old.
You're younger than us. I don't want to hear it.
Charles
You're
Dickens
so young.
Says, all these fangled new programs. I remember when people enjoyed a good old Dickens at night. Hey, I enjoy a good old Dickens any time of the day. Sometimes like midday. They call those nooners.
No, I thought they call them afternoon delights.
That's afternoon. At noon is a nooner.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to keep scrolling. I was says, wow, that was a dad level sneeze.
You should hear my dad sneeze.
Charles Dickens said, bless you. Like that's so funny. Trash Panda says, oh, hell no, brah. I think that's when the lady was in the kitchen.
Yep.
Talon says, good to see you guys again. What up, Talon? Thank you for joining us. Latreia says, hi. What up, Latreia? Charles says, good evening, Talon. Pink Penguin says, I would have died and joined her in the afterlife. Latreia says, miss seeing you guys live. We're going to try and be back more often. So
yeah.
Johnny WY says, happy birthday to Robin from 2018.
Thank you.
It's weird. Why 2018?
I don't know.
Glitch says, marbles. Xena says, yay, marbles. Iwantster says, marbles, the thing we all came for. Whoop, whoop. Eve says, hi, all. Charles Dickens says, thank you. I have subscribed. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Iwantster says, what's the statute of limitations so I can't play marbles? Boo. Oh, wait. I skipped over something. What's the statute of limitations on pirating media? I don't know, but we should probably look into that. On my data here at work, so I can't play marbles. Boo. That's what that message was. I apologize. Twitch reasons if I try to watch live videos, says I am beef trainer. That sucks. Sherry Sue says, yay, I need sleep as I only got less than 5 hours due to constant coughing in my sleep. But I'm doing this and also catching up on TV.
I hope you feel better.
Canned Heron said, this is my first live stream, so I wanted to say hi before it was over. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you for hopping in.
Shout out to Johnny YW, who also subscribed for a month.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
That. All right. I'm going to get marbles set up, hopefully. We're on a totally new setup and new equipment. So I'm going to try and get marbles rolling here.
They see me rolling.
Minimize that. I had to update it, and I updated it before the stream so we could make sure that it was good to go.
Nice. Killing it.
Thanks. And
working hard.
Going to press a new button on a completely new deck. thank you
I'm all
to
about that.
the JJ Obsession. This was a gift from them for Christmas.
Yes, the JJ Obsession, really amazing friends. They got Adam this sick ass. Is it a razor deck? It's awesome.
It is. It's a razor deck. So, okay, the scene works. The only thing that needs to be added is you and I, which may be this. No.
I thought you already set it up.
What?
I thought you already set it up.
I didn't set up the camera. So why don't you just stop being mean for just a quick minute?
Stop being mean?
Why don't you stop being
Why don't you just
such a bitch?
Why are you being such a bitch?
You're being back right now.
What?
I think you heard me.
I'm What's Your Dinner said. This is what I needed to help cheer me up. My job was outsourced to a new company, so my services were no longer needed. That is the worst.
Yeah, dude.
I hate that when it's time for layoffs. I heard Zoom is laying off 15% of their staff.
15%. Wow.
Yeah.
It's all these. It's a bunch of companies, and I say this as a company that had this happen that took a huge boost from COVID.
Yes.
From everyone being home, huge boost, and they thought like, how can we keep this going? Let's try and figure out ways where we can keep this going. And like, nope, it was always going to be temporary, and now that it's coming back down to normal, they're like, I guess we got to get rid of all these people.
People aren't doing Zoom meetings anymore. They are doing Microsoft Teams meetings.
And Google. I do Google Meets at work.
Yep.
We don't use Zoom at all anymore because it was not reliable. All right.
That's me. Hello.
That is you. Hi. She's the problem. It's her.
What the F?
I'm going to shrink Robin so she'll be down here. Obviously, I'll have to rework this a little bit. I'm going to add me in here as well.
Yeah, a lot of companies are starting to lay off people. It's really unfortunate. Hopefully, though, you're able to find a new job when you want it, are ready to go.
Well put, Robin. You're a wordsmith.
Thank you.
Hopefully you land on your feet, and we're rooting for you.
Aw, Johnny says, cheered 100 bits. Thank you so much, by the way. And says, I'm on the episode before Robin's birthday from 2018. Oh. I'm a new listener. Thank you so much for joining. I'm glad you've joined us. Hopefully this first live stream was not a disappointment to you.
He's like, never mind, actually. That was fun for a minute. It's not fun anymore. I think it's funny because like what's going on right now with me trying to fix these cameras is I have these layered in such a weird way on the other side of things that it's why it's like not looking right. Okay, that works. That should be good. So
says I hope it doesn't happen to my job. I like to work remote. Plus I got a new house. Yes, I did see you. You guys got a new house. Congratulations. Hopefully you guys love it.
Okay, pause really fast. For those of you who are not familiar with this, so what happens here is we're going to choose a track first. In order to choose a track, be in Twitch and in the chat, type in !vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds with the track you'd like to race. And once we have a track picked, we're going to go in there, and then we'll have everyone join in, and we'll cross that train when we come to it.
One of my coworkers, she likes to say, we'll jump off that bridge when we get there.
Is that Jess?
No. It's one of our seniors.
And it looks like the votes are working, so that is awesome to see. So right now the track that's in the lead is The Funnel, which is funny. We also have, I think, 3 people that have voted for number 5, which I'm guessing is The Funnel. I voted for 23 in honor of LeBron James becoming the all-time leading scorer for basketball.
LeBron who?
Wow. Wow, bro. Wow.
Wow, bro.
I have someone on my feed that was like, this confirms it officially. LeBron James is now the greatest NBA player of all time. He passed Jordan. And someone commented like, Jordan was 4th all time on that list. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was number 1. Shouldn't you be saying this means that he finally passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for greatest all-time basketball player? And the guy was like, Kareem sucks. And the person responded like, so if Kareem sucked, but he was number 1 all-time for 40 years, why does this make LeBron number 1? And then they got into this huge fucking argument. And I was like, that was fun to watch.
I had never heard of that person before.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You only ever hear about Jordan.
I mean, you do hear about Jordan significantly more than a lot of the people that came before him. But
it's because that guy's charming as fuck.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Charming?
Yeah.
Have you met him?
No, I just watched a lot of stuff with him in
There's
it.
a lot of stuff with him in it?
Yeah.
You mean Space Jam over and over?
Why are you calling me out like this, bitch?
All right. It looks like The Funnel is going to be our number 1 track here. We got a lot of 5s in the chat that I can see. I don't think anything else came close to it. So let's scroll up. Yeah, The Funnel's got 6 votes. All right. So here's what these statistics mean. The average time taken to complete this track is 2 minutes and 39 seconds. If we had raced this before, it would show up if I click local stats. We have raced this before. For our audience, on average, it takes 2 minutes and 44 seconds to complete, but the world record time is 2 minutes and 2 seconds by whoever that person is. Felipe Idenolo. And then for us, Ginseng Joe. Ginseng Joe holds the current Scaryish record. So let's get in here, try and top Ginseng Joe, but if you can finish this in 2 minutes flat, you will hold the world record, and anyone else who uses this program will see your name. So let's click race and get on up in there.
Get all up in there.
Get all up in there. And right now, type in !play, and you can get your marble on stream. And I forgot, I'm going to have to control this with my keyboard, which isn't far away. I'm also going to give us a 2-minute countdown. I'm not going to do the voting for this, just because it's one too many plates spinning, and I don't want them to all come crashing down. But there is 2 full minutes to get your name, or excuse me, to get your marble on stream. If you would like a chance at winning a free sticker that we would send your way once it is chosen, and you let us know which. All right. Who do we got in the race already? Latreia, Xena, Trash Panda, I'm What's in Her, Sherry Sue, Pink Penguin, Canned Heron, Glitch Grim, and Robin.
Exclamation point play, everybody. There's still, how many seconds? There's still 1 minute and 30 seconds to get your marble in. I designed the stickers / magnets / whatever. We have generally, I did commission one of my artist friends, to make new stuff for our Patreon this next season, so get excited for that. But yeah, all the stickers and stuff we have are usually designed by me, and you can choose one that you want, and I'll send it to you for free. Hello.
For free. I just realized that one of our notifications that did go out said, watch Robin and Adam start a campaign in Baldur's Gate 3. The Twitch one that went out was correct. The other one that went out was incorrect. So that's my bad, y'all.
Yeah, it sounds like a you problem, bro.
Yeah, it was. But obviously we're doing a Storytime episode and not Baldur's Gate, which was fun when we did that. And if we did that this time, it would be I was going to say a lot. It would be a lot easier because we're in the same house this time.
Yes, it's very convenient to be in the same spot. Glitch says I need a dice update. You got to start making dice again. I ordered Adam a table, a new desk for him to start doing his dice things on.
Yup. I got all my dice stuff right over there where the table's going to go, just waiting.
So, yeah.
That's one other thing that I got for dice. I have new molds for resin dumps. So when I have filled up all my dice molds and I still have excess resin, I have a few things that I can dump it into just to make some fun knickknacks or shapes. One of them's a skull. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. My mom also joined. You can see Linda A. Diaz right there.
Glitch says, what did the dice color look like? The one that you made last? Did you even take them out yet?
Yeah, they've all come out of their molds. I'm not sure which ones you're referring to, Glitch, but I'd be more than happy to share later on. Let's just look at the track right now. That's what I was trying to do. All right, so it looks like it's going to be some standard loop-de-loops, separate tracks. Robin's first out of the funnel, which is
always,
predictable.
I win usually.
There's a few different funnels that we're going to come up to, but most of the way is just 2 different tracks that converge repeatedly. I'm What's in Nerds in second. Canned Heron is in third. Sherry Sue's in fourth. And lasty appears to be me and Glitch fighting it out for 11th place. Robin is, like I said, way ahead. There's not a lot of obstacles in here, but let's just trail cam Robin. There she is waving at you. Hi.
Hello.
I'm a cute internet girl.
Oh my god, I used to be, and now I'm just I'm going to be chubby internet mom.
You're still a cute internet girl, so just saying. All right. First place is in pretty good shape right now. I was Dinner and Canned Heron are starting to tighten up their race for second.
It says I have 21 energy. How do you use energy?
You don't use it. It just determines how. I have no idea actually. Energy is different than points. Points is what determines the ranks. This is what's going to separate who's going to be in first place. Is who can get through this weird sifter.
It's going to be me. I'm almost there. Yep, look at me.
But if Canned Heron or I'm What's Dinner can get through it quickly, they could have caught up, which they didn't. Canned Heron actually took second place pretty quickly, and now my mom is in third. Who's that mystery ball? All right, it doesn't know who's in first place right now because the funnel is behind, technically, the sifter. But now who comes out of the funnel first will be in first place, and this is all about the angle of the dangle here. So let's go into the hole and see who's going to get through first. hit me in the face. It's Trash Panda. Trash Pandas gets through first.
Aw, pictures. Look at the dog.
Your dog is
It's
so cute. We were in Vegas this past weekend for the Pro Bowl, and we took our car in for maintenance, and they called us like, if you guys want to come over in 45 minutes, it'll be ready. And we were like right by the dealership, so we're like, what do we do for 45 minutes? So we just went and hung out with some dogs at a local pet store. Trash Pandas is looking pretty good now.
There was a schnauzer there, and I was like, it's so cute.
Congratulations, Trash Pandas, on your first victory. And yep, you finally landed in there. I don't know why it just froze like that in a weird way, but you took first place. Congratulations. And I think you also beat Ginseng Joe's record. So that means you took that as well. So
Glitch said, it's been so long. It's been 84 long years. And Pink Penguin says, speaking of 84 years, Titanic is back in theaters.
Is it?
What? Why?
James Cameron, get over it, man.
Oh my god.
All right, so I think exclamation point merch does not work any longer. So Glitch, if you would be so kind as to give the link to the stores so that they can go over there, pick Robin's Kawaii Corner, and go and check out the stickers on there that are Scaryish themed. Once you find the one that you want, just say, hey guys, this is the one I want. And you can reach out to us. I would prefer it if you reached out to us on Facebook or Instagram. It's probably the easiest. And that way you don't have to do it right now. You can just go over there, leisurely go and scroll through and say, like, I think this is the sticker I want, and we will mail it to you.
Yeah. Also, we need your address and stuff. But
yeah, send your name, address, and the
I'm
sticker
What's
you
for
want.
Dinner says, did Robin just announce she's pregnant? And I'm not. At least I don't think I'm not. I mean, wait, what?
Probably not.
I don't think I am. I'm not. But maybe sometime soon.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. My pull-out game is strong, though, so. Just kidding.
What the frick?
It's weird. Like, I told this to Robin the other day. Like, when you tell people, like, yeah, we're going to start trying to have kids, what you're really saying is, like, yeah, I'm just leaving it in now.
Stop!
It's just weird
Stop.
to say stuff like that. So, anyways, Trash Pandas, congratulations. You go up to 27 points in the season. Can Heron takes 19 points home, and Robin takes 12. The rest of us are at 0.
We don't get anything?
But you got 12. Who's we?
I mean, the people that don't score points.
We do 2 races. So we're back at the voting screen. Go ahead and vote. I'm going to vote for my age.
What's my age again? I'm going to do 50. Wait, is that an option? Does it go to 50?
I think it goes to 55.
Okay.
It might be higher than that, actually.
50.
Shannon says, "Hey, spooky friends. Sorry I could only catch the very end, but hope you're doing well." Hey, Shannon.
Thank you
for
much.
joining us. We appreciate you. And yeah, I wish the notification would have been accurate that went out, and I apologize if you got a notification that said we were playing Baldur's Gate. That was not the case. It was Storytime 195. All right, so it looks like there's a tie between Bongo Boogie, which is number 50, and I think 37, which is, I don't know, because I just voted for the number rather than voting for the actual thing. However, if we wind up having a tie in the voting process, then this middle one is the previous champion's vote. So whatever Trash Panda voted for is this one, and that's the tiebreaker. Right now, Alienated, which is number 37, is in first place. So we'll let it scroll. We'll let it scroll all the way back to number 70 one more time and give folks time to either change their vote or cast their vote. Man, it's been a long time since we streamed.
It's been a long time.
It's been. Also, we have fiber internets out here too. I switched to fiber internet, I think 6 months into 2022, and it was life-changing. And we were able to get it out here in our new location as well. So if we want to stream like more gaming stuff, we will be able to do that, which is awesome. So cool. I'm gonna for the next race when we get in there, instead of giving a 2-minute counter for entering your name, I'm gonna do just 60 seconds since we should all be here still. So fun stuff. Glitch says, so Dark and Darker when? I was gonna do it tomorrow, but we're busy tomorrow now. So and the beta or the alpha, excuse me, the playtest for the alpha ends on the 13th. So maybe Sunday night after the Super Bowl. But it just depends if we're gonna be here, if we're gonna be somewhere else. I'm not sure. So if Dark and Darker has a play test and we're available to stream it, I would love to do that. Robin also watched me play and she was very critical. And it was just hilarious to hear her. And I was like, this will be good content. So
yeah, it looked like it sucked.
It's an alpha, so I don't hold anything against it. All right, we got to 70. Alienated is our track. Average time to complete this, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. World record time, 1 minute and 49 seconds by Sweet Donkey 23. Locally, it takes us 2 minutes and 1 second. We're significantly faster than the average bear. And Robin holds the record time in 1 minute 39. So that looks like that should be the world record. But I think they changed the track because this record date is back in 2019. So that's probably why. So let's jump in there. Last race of the show. Excuse me. All right, exclamation point vote.
Doggo sounds tired.
Or excuse me, play. I'm stupid. Exclamation point play.
You also sound tired.
I'm just sick. My brain is done.
I'm sick.
Of you shit.
60
seconds. Yeah, way too long. All right, 60 seconds. Good stuff.
Exclamation point play. There are 18 people in this chat. There are 11 people in this game.
There's only 12 people in Twitch.
Oh.
So if you're in YouTube, unfortunately, it does not overlap with YouTube coverage. Yeah. But if you want to join in, just switch over to the Twitch channel and you'll be able to. How the hell are you?
This Starbucks matcha has melon in it for some reason.
Stephanie tried to do it
in
from
YouTube.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work with YouTube chat. It's only integrated with Twitch chat. I wish they would change that.
Glitch says the new office looks great. You're being too kind because it don't. It's not even done.
He can't see the emptiness.
Yeah.
We've done a pretty good job at only showcasing the stuff that's set up because there is a significant portion of it that's just empty and got boxes.
And my desk is going to change up because I'm changing where I package and stuff.
It won't let me move it.
We have a warehouse room now for all my art things, and
there we go.
Man, I'm always like first for some reason.
Can you get abducted in this?
Oh snap! Yes, you can. Aliens.
All right. Xena is currently in first place. It looks like this is a weird track, so I'm just going to sort of float around. She's made the turn. Pink Penguin on the other side just made the turn. I think Glitch is in second. Pink Penguin's probably in third. Let's go down to where the tracks converge, which is a cornfield, which is pretty fucking funny. All right, Trash Pandas is in last place, so the chances of having a repeat performance is pretty low. Looks like Glitch is still in first place, but Pink Penguin's doing pretty well. I just launched into the sky for some fucking reason.
UFO is terrifying.
And went to hell, so I have been eliminated, which is unfortunate. Glitch first place, Pink Penguin second, Xena and I'm Watching Her are third and fourth, and Can't Hear is fifth.
This is the cornfield.
Yeah, that's why I said a cornfield.
I wasn't paying attention.
Glitch hit a cornstalk, meaning Pink Penguin's going to sneak on through and take first place. But then they ran into a hay or barley bale. It's kind of hard to tell. Xena, however, makes it into first place.
I love seeing everyone's pictures. You guys are so cute.
Yeah,
why is everyone so cute?
And Latreia and Pink Penguin are trying to catch up to Xena.
Says, "Welcome to the corn."
All right, we're going to wait right here. So there's two tracks that converge at the finish line. However, the finish line moves from side to side. So if you get there first, but it's not in the right spot, you could fall into the endless field of corn, upon which you will never return.
Oh, the background is also a field of corn. Cute.
Can't Hear fell off back there somewhere, which is unfortunate. And so does Xena. Welcome to the corn. I was the first person there. First one eliminated. All right, Pink Penguin. Oh, damn it. This thing does not know who's in first place. Pink Penguin got launched by these pulsating rods that I was trying to get to. But somehow landed on the track still. That's some baller shot caller shit right there. And made it in. Congratulations, Pink Penguin. You took first place. Latreia looks like they're going to take second. Sherry Sue got launched in the sky and missed the track. It's going to go into the forever corn. I don't think it actually sucks you up. I think it slows you down.
Oh, boo.
My mom and Trash Pandas are fighting for third place. Yeah, my mom actually got abducted. Never mind. So Trash Pandas makes it in. I'm What's Near looks like they're going to take fourth. Let's look and see what happens here.
Oh, you get abducted. You straight up get abducted.
And yeah, that's it. Gone. They murder you as soon as you get up there. That's fucked up. All right. So only 3 people finished that. Pink Penguin, Latreia, and Trash Pandas. So Pink Penguin takes in 21 points. Latreia takes in 15. And Trash Pandas picks up another 10, bringing their total to 37 for the season. But yeah, Pink Penguin, you know the deal. Go and pick a sticker and then let us know which one you want and where to send it. And we will do that. So fun stuff, folks. This was really fun. Mm-hmm. It was nice to have you all. How about now? Yeah, I think this thing does something where when I switch the scene back to this one, it, for whatever reason, just turns the audio off to the stream.
Yeah.
So it's okay. We're back. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and move into the outro and wrap this thing on up. So thank you so much for joining us.
I don't know if it's still not working.
It is working. It's right there. That's our audio right there. See? See this? This is our audio.
I know, but this
is delayed because they're on a delay. So they should be able to hear us. So wait until they're like, okay, there it is. Like, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're back. See? Told you. Okay, cool. So here's what we're going to do. The outro. Outro.
All I can hear is they're back.
I'm going to check and see if there are any other...
They're here. They're here.
They're here. I'm going to go ahead and check and see if there are any other redemptions. Okay, no more high fives or anything. Trash Pandas did subscribe with their Prime. Thank you so much, Trash Pandas. We appreciate that. All right, cool. That is the last redemption we're going to read. So here we go with the outro. And that is everything we have for Storytime number 195. Thank you so much to everyone who wrote us. We sincerely appreciate it. If you have a story you would like us to read, please email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com. Click on Contact Us, fill out that form. It does come directly to us. Or you can hit us up on our social medias. Twitter is @ScarishPod, Instagram is @ScarishPodcast, and Facebook is facebook.com/ScarishPodcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/ScarishPodcast. Those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1. And like I was saying earlier in the episode, at some point you might not have heard it because it was during a live stream. But I did commission one of my art friends to create a new design for the next little Patreon reward we're going to be sending out next quarter. So yeah, there's new stuff coming.
Indeed.
And if you're not into the monthly subscription type thing, you can also go to ko-fi.com/ScarishPodcast, and those are one-time donations.
Yep. So however you feel comfortable supporting us, we sincerely appreciate it because we get so much support. It's crazy. And it means the world to us, and we thank you guys so much for that. And that is everything we have for you. So, Robin, why don't you go ahead and sign us out?
Keep on creeping out, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.